Hi, welcome back to Elements in Focus. My name is Aaron Rheaume, the Director of Financial Planning, and I have with me Jamie Burton, one of our longtime financial advisors with FEG that works out of our Lafayette office. Jamie, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Aaron?
I'm good. As I mentioned, as we're recording these, the weather is awesome in Indiana today. I got a little bit of a sunburn going on from Easter weekend. And so I'm great. Just looking forward to recording this video with you. So if you're new to Elements in Focus, this is a weekly video series that myself and the other advisors on our team record, breaking down our 5 critical element process. And as you can see on the screen, the 5 critical elements there are your life after work, tax planning, all the way down to legacy planning. Today, we're going to focus on your life after work and specifically the roles of IRAs and retirement planning. Now, there's a lot of different types of IRAs. There's a lot of different things that you can use those for. So Jamie, can you walk our families and the new viewers, how FEG looks at the role of those in putting together a retirement plan or planning for your life after work?
Absolutely. So when we are looking at the different types of IRAs that our families hold, you are either going to have a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA. And the reason that those two are so different is because of how they are taxed. So a traditional IRA, you put the money in and it's tax deferred. It grows tax deferred. And then when it comes out, the entire balance of that IRA is taxed. The Roth IRA is different in where when you put your contribution in, it goes in after tax. So you've already paid the taxes on that amount. It grows tax deferred, but then when you pull it out in retirement, that money comes out tax free. So very, very different when we're looking at taxes. When we are looking at our families and they are in that retirement space and they need to actually start having an income, it's really good to see people having a good mix of tax deferred and tax-free money, because it's going to help them really control their income and their taxes at the same time. If you have all tax deferred money, you're really going to lose control when it comes to paying your taxes. You still have to take out enough money that's going to cover your standard of living. So if you don't have a good mix of those different tax types, you're going to be really subject to what the IRS is telling you you're going to be paying on the money that's coming out, rather than having the mix of tax deferred, tax free, and taxable money to where you can say, hey, I need this much that I want to hit my tax return that I am comfortable paying taxes on, but then I still have some more that needs to cover my standard of living. Now I have a couple other accounts that aren't going to affect my tax return in the same way that I can pull from, still keep my standard of living, but really control where those taxes fall. Another big difference between the traditional IRA and the Roth IRA is that you have to take out required minimum distributions from a traditional IRA. Right now, the law is at age 73. That is changing to age 75, and that can always change too. So with the traditional IRA, once you get to that magical age, the IRS is going to say, okay, here's the life expectancy table. So that lands you at this certain percentage. It starts out around about 4%. Now you're going to have to take out 4% of your tax deferred money, whether you need it or not, pay taxes on it at whatever tax rates the IRS are saying are your tax rates at that time, and you have to pay the taxes on that. One really great thing that you can do, knowing that you have a required minimum distribution, is take advantage of gifting. If you're a regular gifter to different churches or charities, 501c3s, you can give that required minimum distribution. It does satisfy that amount that you're required to take out, and it doesn't hit your tax return. So there's definitely different strategies you can use if you do have tax deferred money. It's not always most beneficial to have absolutely no tax deferred money in retirement because of that. But there's just different strategies that we can use when you have a really good mix of assets in your portfolio.
Very well done, Jamie. There was a lot of questions that I was going to ask you, but you covered them all. So as Jamie mentioned, with having the diversity of different types of accounts via tax-deferred IRAs or Roth IRAs, it really gives you control when you move into that last phase of finance of distribution. And it allows us as planners to help plan around your Social Security income, when to take that. Do you take it early at 62? Do you wait till your full retirement age? Do we delay until age 70? One point of clarification, and I think Jamie mentioned this, but I just want to state it again, is if you do decide to do what's called a QCD, or a qualified charitable distribution, you have to be age 70 and a half or older. You don't have to wait until the required minimum distribution age of 73. You can start those at age 70 and a half. And yes, you have to be 70 and a half. You can't be a day before, has to be 70 and a half before you can start those QCDs. It's a very, very beneficial strategy if you have large amounts of tax deferred dollars and you're charitably inclined. Sometimes we'll keep money in an IRA just to give through QCDs. So you don't have to have a substantial amount in there. It's just a strategy we use. If there's something that sparked interest while Jamie was talking and going through Roth and IRA strategies, please reach out to us. You can send questions to talk-to-FEG@yourlifeafterwork.com. You can fill out contact information at Your Life After Work, scan the QR code on the screen, and schedule your next steps complimentary meeting today. That's where we'll sit down with you for an hour and a half, give you things to think about today, things to think about in the future, and if we decide to partner together, a written plan of what FEG will do for you. So thank you so much for tuning in to our Elements in Focus. We hope you have a blessed week, and please send us your questions.